My name is Carina and welcome to the Carina Chronicles. Today I'm going to spill some tea with the Unpopular Opinions Book Tag. So as the book tag already states, I'm going to give you some unpopular opinions. So that means that most people do not agree with me, but I still wanted to give you some examples. So these are actually like kind of anti-recommendations. I really would not recommend you reading these, but of course everyone can have their own opinion and there are a lot of people that do like these books and authors. So don't mind me, it's just fun to do so. This tag was originally created by the book Archer a very long time ago. The link of that video will be in the description box below. There are 9 questions, so let's get into them and I'll tell you my unpopular opinions. The first question is a popular book or series that you didn't like. And this one was very easy. It's the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love the cover, so I was sad that I didn't like it. It is a paranormal romance novel. I'm probably still going to continue the series because everyone seems to love this author and this is her main series because there are also a lot of spin-offs of this series. But I didn't really like it. I didn't like it at all. It was so cringy and so cliche and very cringy. The second question is a popular book or series that everyone seems to hate but you love. Well, that's a better question. And for that I have Nightflyers by George R.R. Martin. He is the writer of the Song and Ice and Fire book series, which was made into the TV series Game of Thrones. I love this writer. I love everything he writes and I think this is one of the best short story collections I've ever read. Some of them were definitely less good than his usual writing, but some of them were so incredible that I still think it's very, very good and they were all not bad. They were all good enough, but people seem to hate his short story collection and think it's not as good as the rest of his work, and I do not agree. I love it. I recommend it to a lot of people when they never read before or only for school or something, and they ask me, I want to read, what do? I recommend them this one because all the stories are very different and very exciting. Some are very short and some are a little bit longer, so you can just skip it if you don't like it and try another story. And I would recommend that for you. The third question is a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you didn't want them to end up with, or an OTP you didn't like. OTP apparently means one true pairing, so that means like they are meant for each other and you didn't like that love interest at all. Well, I chose a book for this. I could have put it in every category because I hated this book. Oh, I really hope people are not going to be mad at me. It's your opinion, you can love this book, but Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I got a review copy for this, so that was very awkward because I really hated this book. Still, thanks for sending it to me though, but no, I really hated this book. Everything I do not like in books was in here. But I especially didn't like the love interest because he was very mean and abusive and he only started to like the character when she stopped wearing jeans but was going to like glow up in a beautiful woman, and I was like, no, screw you, go away. And of course she fell in love with him anyway, and I really hated that, apart from the very boring writing and the very unlikable characters in there. But that is all not important. It was now about the love interest. I hated him. A popular genre that you hardly ever reach for? Well, that must be paranormal romance. That's also because of the series I just talked about, the Lux series. But I apparently really don't like that. When I do like aliens in stories, but more like science fiction and not like ghosts being very attractive and like Twilight or something with vampires being the main. I I can't. And especially with the romance part in there. Like, there can be a romance in a science fiction, but please, paranormal romance is just not for me. I will still grab those books though, because I have no self-control. And the fifth question is a popular or beloved character that you didn't like or do not like. And that is Tearly from The Gracier. Well, I just do not think she is that strong independent woman that she wants to be and that people think her to be. I don't know. She is still very dependent, and you can of course be dependent, but you cannot act like you're the most independent person in the world. And then I'll be it. I don't know. It's a bad reason maybe, but she just really annoyed me. She let everything fall for a man while her and her friends' lives were in danger, and maybe I would do the same. But that doesn't make me like you in the book. So no, I don't like her. The book is fine though. The book is nice. So you can read The Gracier, but I'm just not a big fan of Tearly. And the next question really hurt. It's a beloved author or a popular author you don't seem to really get into. I really, really don't like that I'm going to say this, but that's Becky Albertalli. I met her and she is so sweet. She's an adorable woman. She is, I don't even know where to start. She is so good. She's good for the world. And I love that she writes books like these, but they're just not for me. This is Simon versus the Homosapiens Agenda, which is also turned in a movie called Love, Simon. And the only reason I gave it 3 stars instead of 2 or 1 is because I think it's important these kinds of books exist. But how she wrote it was not for me. I also read Yes, No, Maybe So by her. Yeah, that book was even worse. I really, really, really didn't like that book. So I think she's not for me. But it's still a very, very beautiful woman inside and outside. So if you want to support her, please do so, because I think I can not buy any more books by her. Maybe I still will, but they are really not for me. A popular book trope that you're tired of reading. So that's like a theme in an event in the book. That's called a trope. And something I really don't like is when people are doing the right thing, like they save everyone or something, but they are like not keeping one rule, and then someone they love or something is like, no, yeah, thank you for saving us, but you did not obey this rule, so we're still gonna murder you or something. Oh, I hate that. Like, someone gives up everything and they can't even like close their eyes for 1 second and be like, okay, well, for one time we will forgive you, you know? I hate that. And I even hate more when people have a miscommunication in their book. That's maybe also why I rated City of Flowers a little lower than the other Stravaganza books. I talked about them in my reading vlog. But that's maybe why I rated it lower, because there was like a big miscommunication between 2 main characters. And they were like, oh no, he doesn't love me. Oh no, she doesn't love me. Oh my god, everything will now not make sense anymore. Maybe I can better die. And I was like, please, please don't do this. You do love each other. You know it. And why are you just not saying it? I get so frustrated. So no, those are tropes I don't really like. I do get very caught up in them if they are in the book though, so maybe it's still a good thing. The 8th question is a popular series you have no interest in reading. This must be After by Anna Todd. This was Harry Styles from One Direction fan fiction story, and it was turned into a book, and then a series, like a book series, and then a Netflix series. And I have no interest in reading this. I have read so many One Direction fanfiction when I was younger. I also wrote One Direction fanfiction, and well, I actually had a lot of people reading it and I really loved it, but that phase of my life is closed. I know, I know a lot of people are still loving fanfiction and a lot of on Wattpad and stuff. That's just great for you. But for me, like, good for her that this really blew up this big, but no. No, I don't want to read a fan fiction about Harry Styles turned into a book. No, I do not want that. I'm sorry. And the last question already. The saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you actually like more than the book? This is indeed controversial because I think almost always the books are better than the TV show or the movie. But this one I didn't even see the movie from yet, and still I would think the movie is better. That's because it's Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. It's very popular, it's a classic. The movie is also very popular. A lot of people don't even know it was a book in the beginning. It is a nice book, I love the book, but the plot twist in there you could see coming from a long way. So it's really building up to this plot twist. It's not even a plot twist anymore. And I read and heard also from people that saw the movie that in the movie it was a real plot twist. And you were really like, no, what? And then you're thinking about the whole movie and like, oh, how did I miss this and stuff. I love those moments. And it was just not in the book. And it lost my interest because of it. Because I knew what was coming. You could feel it coming. Everyone knew what was happening. And it made it less interesting. Also, what is very interesting, if you ever read this book, it used to be a short story. Chapter 9 is the short story. And it was so popular, he made a book out of it. And that's so weird if you know that. Because indeed, chapter 9 could have been a great short story. And the book is also good, but not as good as that one chapter. So that's really funny, I think. But yeah, I think I still need to watch the movie, but now I'm spoiled. So watch the movie first, then read the book. So those were all my unpopular opinions about books and authors. I am really curious to know if you agree with me or if you're now angry at me. Please let me know, but don't take it personal. You can like whatever you want. But I can like whatever I want as well. Please let me know. And if there are some authors you are like, no, I'll never read by them again. And why? I'm really curious to hear. If you like this video, please leave a like. Let me know what you liked about them, because then I can do this more often. If you subscribe to my channel and you click the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I post a new video. All the links to my social media are in the description box. I am suddenly blowing up on TikTok while I didn't even make new videos, so follow me there. And I hope you have a lovely day filled with books, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! It's an unpopular opinion for a reason. I really hope you will not feel offended by it if you like it. There are a lot of people that do like these authors and books.